It is the desire of every high school student to hit the pass mark and make it to the university to pursue higher education. In an effort to ensure that more students get a chance to join university, the Ministry of Education has partnered with the private universities in Kenya to allow students to join private universities under the Kenya Universities and Colleges Central Placement Service, previously known as Joint Admission Board. Private universities are known to have specific standards and to serve a specific class of students, especially those from well-to-do families who can afford the high fees. In contrast, most Kenya universities and colleges central placement students are from humble backgrounds and would usually not afford a private university education were it not for the government sponsorship. Ever since the partnership between the Ministry of Education and private universities started, Daystar Universities has to date admitted about 500 students who were sponsored by the government. For Kenya Universities and Colleges Central Placement Service students, it was exciting to meet the university cut-off points, but more exciting to be placed in one of the best private universities in Kenya. However, the journey of acquiring higher education is not a bed of roses for the students at Daystar University. While they are here because of their academic prowess, their self-sponsored colleagues are here courtesy of the financial might of their parents. Some say they feel out of place due to the lavish culture and lifestyle created by the dominant self-sponsored students. For others, the discrimination from the various quarters is a warning enough that they should not get too comfortable in a university which attracts the children of the rich and mighty.
I personally face discrimination among my fellow students who are here, who are private, they sponsor themselves here in Daystar. For example, when you talk with your friends and when you share moments together and they realize that you are a job student, you start facing some and they start avoiding you.
Though one would expect that the staff members would be more understanding of the situation, some students complain of being profiled, harassed, and embarrassed by both academic and non-academic staff members on the basis that they are job students.
I face a lot of challenges when it comes to areas that I'm using finances, either payment of fees, upkeep, and other areas that require finances. To start with, I face a challenge in paying my school fees. I have to depend on external sources. My parent is not able to raise the fees in Daystar University. Though as a job student or government-sponsored students, the fees is low, but we all come from different backgrounds.
The students say the discrimination is a clear indication that they are bothered.
I have to depend on help, external sources for me to raise my fees. And also when it comes to upkeep here in Daystar, I'm not feeding in Daystar's cafeteria. it's a challenge.
The nearing of exam period heralds trouble and agony for the Kenya universities and colleges' central placement students, who usually are not able to complete their fees by then, leaving them to watch from a distance as their colleagues pick their exam cards, the single license indicating that they owe the school nothing and can therefore proceed for the end of semester exams. By virtue of being government-sponsored students, Kenya universities and colleges' central placement service students have to cost-pay their tuition fee, a task that has often proven difficult, at times pushing them into the entrepreneurial world to try and make ends meet. The various non-tuition fees charged by the schools strain the students financially, as the government only caters for the tuition fees, leaving the students to struggle with medical insurance cover and accommodation fee, which is out of reach for many of the students.
My name is Austin Wekesa, student here in Daystar University. I'm taking biomedical science. So here in Daystar, there is some challenges we face. First of all, I'm a JAB student. I came in the year January 2017. And here in Daystar, we are limited as JAB students. As you can see, there is some courses we cannot take. A course like School of Communication, there is some courses we cannot take from that school. We only take courses from the School of Science and Humanity.
Despite their academic prowess, Kenya universities and colleges' central placement service students have limited choices in the number of courses they can concentrate on, with many of them only admiring their fellow students pursue their dream courses such as those in the School of Communication, Language and Performing Arts, whose courses are exclusively for the self-sponsored students.
So you can see when you come in taking courses, only School of Science, you're allowed to take courses like medical science, computer science, actuarial science, and such like. Then in the School of Humanity, we only take community development, social works, and so on. So those are some of the challenges we face here in Daystar. Thank you.
Alan Ball, a student councillor at the campus, says that while it is human to struggle to socially fit in a new environment, the Kenya universities and colleges' central placement service students should work on their self-esteem in order to be able to focus on their academics.
But in a councillor's viewpoint, even as we interact with any student, because we have realized even in Daystar, we have also students from backgrounds which we can say also it's only that they are not JAB students without that stereotyping, though they are JAB students, yeah. Sometimes we can stereotype, but also in Daystar we also have people from poor backgrounds. Even the way they dress, where they live, how they interact with others, they also face stereotypes. They also face they may be looked down upon, which may affect their low self-esteem. Therefore, even if you're a JAB student, not a JAB student, maybe you're here because of bursary, one of the most important things you should do is not to look down upon yourself, because we are all here for a season.
He further says that other students should focus on helping the Kenya universities and colleges' central placement service students settle in rather than bringing them down.
Yes, they're JAB students. They have quite a good number of challenges based on their backgrounds. We should just learn to accept the way they are.
Though from humble backgrounds, Kenya universities and colleges' central placement service students make it to the private universities because they are bright, having met the cut-off mark for admission, unlike their counterparts on self-sponsorship who mostly end up in private universities because they never met the cut-off mark for admission to public universities and their parents could afford their fees in a private institution. All said and done, Kenya universities and colleges' central placement service students should not be victimized for their situation, but rather embraced and supported to realize their full academic potential.